My favorite, though, is tart cherry juice. Really seems to help me stay asleep. I have no problem going to sleep. My problem is I wake up in the middle of the night. But if I do a shot of tart cherry juice, I can sleep straight through the night.
All right, Dave. Nice to meet you in person. Yeah,
You
we're
too.
at this event together. And yeah, like the first video I made about you was, I think, last year. Went through your entire routine you had on your website that you had been doing. So yeah, we're gonna do like a little follow up. Like, what have you changed about your routine ever since? Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, great.
Yeah, and maybe we can start with like supplements. So that was one of the first things that you actually brought out when we had a follow-up podcast about your routine. That I went through a lot of your supplements that you were taking a bunch back then.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe have you changed anything about your supplement routine right now?
Well, I mean, it's funny. When you first did that podcast about my supplements, I thought, oh man, this is going to be a takedown. And I really did. I thought for sure, like, oh, he's just going to destroy me. But it was so cool the way you were very respectful and you went through each and every thing that I was taking and the quantities that I was taking them in. And you even, offered some assistance, like to help me make my protocol better, which
Yeah,
I so appreciated. And so I took a lot of notes as you were,
yeah,
going through them all. And I did. You actually recommended I increase the doses of some things because of the studies showed that,
mm,
I can't even think of which ones in particular, but the studies showed that a higher dose would be more appropriate. So,
right.
and I did that. And well, to my surprise, I ended up having diarrhea
Okay.
from all
Which
that.
one was it? Like creatine or something?
I no, I think it was might have been glucosamine. I was probably
Okay,
taking too little of, and when I
interesting.
increased my dosage, my gut just could not handle
Gotcha.
that. But it
Yeah.
took me a while to figure out which one it was because when you're taking that many supplements and you just change one, and all of a sudden you have a reaction, you
Yeah.
don't know what happened.
Yeah, I mean, a
So
lot of supplements, they can have like short-term adaptations. So like
yes,
creatine is a good example of that. You get nauseous, you get some loose stool, some headaches,
yeah,
something even that if you take it in a short term, in a larger dose, but over time your body kind of adapts to it. Yeah.
yeah. It would have been wiser for me to titrate my dosage up slowly rather than just
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well,
live and learn.
I gave you that, I guess, feedback mostly because of, it's not that, supplements aren't effective. You can find a lot of like evidence for different supplements. It's just like at some point you have to start worrying about your like budget. So it's like
Absolutely.
if you spend 100, and some of the supplements were quite, $100 per month or something.
Oh yeah, I was taking one a telomerase
Right.
activator, which was like $800.
Oh, wow.
But that was a 90-day supply, but that was so
Gotcha.
ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. Then you need to find what are like the key ones that actually have been shown to have benefits and what give you like, the best bang for a buck in terms
Yeah.
of that. So maybe, you can outline some of your like main supplements that you're like, you pretty much have to take every day or you want to take every day.
Oh gosh. I mean, there's really so many. And to be honest, that's why I have them all on my website because
Okay.
I honestly don't memorize them all.
Gotcha. So you have like some sort of a box or something that you take them out or you
Oh
just,
yeah, I have a bin that I just keep underneath my bed,
okay.
bumping the microphone. And I have on the top of each bottle, I have a sticker with the number
Mm,
of pills in the bottle that I have to take out and
okay.
put in my
Right.
case. So when I'm packaging them all, I'm not even looking at what I'm taking. I just know that I need to take 3 of these and put them in there and 2 of these. And
Gotcha.
so that makes it brainless for me.
Mm. Yeah. Do you like, I guess I can name a few, like, do you take like creatine or anything?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So powder wise, I do take, creatine. I
Right.
take, oh gosh. I mean, one of the favorite things I like to take is nicotinamide riboside.
Okay.
I mean,
Gotcha.
I notice that big time when I don't take it.
Mm,
So my must-haves are like vitamin D and are
right.
some of the basics. I do alpha ketoglutarate. Um, gosh, but I mean powder-wise for pre-workout, post-workout,
Mm,
it's oh gosh. Well, I do L-glutamine for the gut
gotcha.
along with the creatine. I'm trying to picture all the bottles.
Yeah, I mean, there can be a lot of them.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Do you take like any sleep supplements, magnesium, melatonin?
Yeah, before bed, I end up taking L-theanine. I take um, gosh, yeah, magnesium threonate. My favorite though is tart cherry juice.
Ah,
That
yeah.
really seems to help me stay asleep. I have
Mm,
no problem going to sleep. My problem is I wake up in the middle of the night and
right.
then I can't go back to bed. But if I do a shot of tart cherry juice, I can sleep straight through the night.
Mm,
Now, if I just do melatonin, it'll wake me up at 4 a.m. and then I'm wide awake and I can't go back to sleep.
Mm.
And it might help the first night, but then the second night, no, I'm wide awake from the start.
Yeah.
So, but for some reason, tart cherry juice just seems to work.
Yeah. Yeah, it has like a lot of melatonin and it's powerful antioxidant.
I think your gut produces melatonin, with the tart cherry juice, so it helps to produce your own endogenous
Yeah.
supply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe let's move on with like a diet then. So,
Well, I was going to say one thing I have changed in my supplementation since we last talked was I did particularly have my morning and evening supplements set up though where I would do more mTOR building things or mitochondrial enhancers in the morning, and I would do more autophagy activating things in the evening, which it was okay. I did that more for simplicity's sake.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to be more just more intentional about doing the autophagy activators only on weekends.
Yeah.
So I'm doing mTOR more, 5 days on, and then the 2
Yeah.
days off is more the autophagy stuff.
Yeah, the timing is also quite important. That if you have contradicting mechanisms from supplements, then you're like,
Exactly.
are they actually working?
And that was a concern.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're gonna update your like website with kind of the concurrent supplement stack and
Been meaning to
things
do
like
that
this.
for weeks now,
Yeah.
but just life keeps getting in the way.
Yeah, well, we'll put it in the show notes so people can see when it
Excellent.
happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, diet. So have you changed anything about your diet?
Well, this weekend while we've been here at the conference, my
Right.
diet has changed
Yeah.
pretty much really high. No, I mean pretty much sticking to my diet, but one thing I found by accident at the last conference I was at, I took it's like a gut sensitivity test.
Mhm.
I didn't think I needed it because I didn't realize I had any gut issues, but the sensitivity test came back to tell me that I have some sensitivities to some foods that I eat often,
Right.
which was a big surprise to me.
Mm.
And of course, talking with their doctor, I realized that's a common thing for people that if you eat something often,
Yeah.
you'll get a sensitivity
It's
to
gonna
it.
show up
So
in the
yeah, so mushrooms was one thing that I eat, pretty much every day.
right.
And of my cherry nut, chia, berry bowl, spice bowl, hemp was one seed that I have a sensitivity to.
Right. Yeah, the thing with those tests can be that, because you're eating them so often, your immune system is, quote unquote, triggered towards that food. And
Exactly.
it might not necessarily indicate actual allergy or sensitivity. It's like, what you're exposed to the most often.
Yeah.
So if you're not getting any symptoms, it's not.
The immune system starts to flare up a little bit about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not going to be an issue, like, right?
Right.
If you don't actually, you eat eggs, right? You feel fine. You don't have any bloating or gas, anything like that. Then you're not really sensitive to it.
And that was another thing I was surprised by because casein was one that I'm totally fine with according to the sensitivity test. But if I do even the slightest bit of casein, I bloat up with gas, something fierce.
Yeah.
So it's a difference between your gut microbiome being sensitive versus your immune system being sensitive.
Yeah. Yeah. But still kind of same meals, omnivore and plants, meats, fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Anything about the timing, like timing schedule?
No, I still like to eat my dinners about 4 p.m. if I can.
Yeah.
Because it helps my sleep scores much better if I'm not digesting while I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, the same. Like too close to bed.
Right.
Tends to keep me up. Or I mean, not keep me up, but it'll just have worse sleep score, even if I don't feel it. Like subject
Exactly. So that's the plan. Of course, life gets in the way because when you're
Right.
out with friends and things, you don't always have control over when you get to eat.
Yeah.
Especially when you're at events like this, you just
Yeah.
eat when you get the break to eat. So
Yeah. But you build a resilience. So if you're healthy, you have resilient metabolism. You can do things in a chaotic way from time to time and get away and eat foods that you're not usually eating, and your body's gonna like react super bad.
Yeah, that's why I like to. I do low carb generally, but every so often I like to just like throw heavy carbs at my body just to make sure that I'm metabolically flexible.
Yeah,
That I can handle the fats or I can handle the carbs.
yeah, right. And with exercise, you're in great shape staying year round. Do you like change anything about your exercise? Are you doing still like P90X?
I'm still doing the P90X, but because I have the shoulder issues that I've done stem cells for, it's being repaired. It's getting better.
Yeah.
But I'm finding that in my rehab, I'm doing my workouts now with lighter weight, but using Katsu bands. So the blood flow restriction bands.
Yeah.
And I get a good pump from that. It makes the workout harder.
Right.
With even lighter weight.
Yeah.
So the less chance of getting injured. So
Yeah.
it's a great thing for older people to work out with. So, you know, if
Yeah, if
you
you're
guys wanna
injured.
do Katsu bands, that would be the way to go.
Yeah, if you're injured and you can't like do the full movement or the full weight, you put the Katsu bands and you get the same signal to your body with very light weights without damaging your joints even further.
Yeah, and the funny thing is I can put them on and just go about my day, not even do a workout.
Yeah.
And my arms will just start getting this huge swell, huge
Yeah.
pump. So it looks like I just did a massive workout when I'm just going about, you know, the kitchen washing dishes or something.
Yeah. That's what I usually use them as well. Like I'm on the computer, I just put them on, typing on a computer, and it just works.
I was gonna say, you probably don't need them though, because I've seen some of the superhuman workouts that you've done. It's funny, I don't know if you guys know this, but Siim had originally suggested we do a workout together.
Yeah.
And I was game, but I was very intimidated because, you know, well, you're like 30 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, please don't hurt the old man. You know, that would be embarrassing, especially to break Dave Pascoe in a video. That would be bad.
Well, we would have done like your workout to adjust
Yeah.
the intensities, but we'll do it another time.
Well, after I saw your, you know, your shorts of what your workouts, I'm like, holy crap! I'm glad I didn't take you on. That would have been embarrassing for me.
Yeah, but you know, you do cardio, you do interval training.
Yeah,
calisthenics,
and run season starting up again. So I've got a half marathon coming in
really?
October, so I need to do that again.
How many have you like run before?
Oh, I've done maybe 3 full marathons and probably a dozen half marathons.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You change your like nutrition going up to it in some ways, or?
Yeah, at first I didn't. I didn't realize I needed to, and that was bad because I would bonk pretty quickly.
Right.
I'm very slender, and so when I don't bulk up on carbs, I tend to burn muscle really quick. But even though I do like add more carbs back in on run season, I still tend to burn through muscle. So it's frustrating.
Gotcha. You might need like some of these anti-catabolic. So HMB is a good one.
I take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
HMB and maybe ketone bodies even can be anti-catabolic. Yeah. Guess we can wrap it up then. So you're 62 now, right?
Yep. I'll be 63 in August.
Yeah. So what are your plans like for the future?
Great question. Well, I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I know you've been encouraging me there. I really appreciate that. Still don't know what my exact niche is going to be, but we'll see.
Well, it's the Dave Pascoe niche, so
yeah, right.
No one can compete. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for doing this, and definitely looking forward to your YouTube channel. And
it's been great hanging out with you this weekend. I've had a blast.
Yeah, it's been really really fun. Yeah. Where can people find you on social media right now?
Oh, Dave.Pascoe on Instagram, and then davepascoe.net on the web.
All right. Sounds good. We'll put the links in the show notes. And thanks for watching.
Thanks, everyone.